Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to our platform, Option Forward. I'm Drew, the other half of the show, GQ Nesto. How you doing today?
What it do?
What it do? And we got a special guest, two very special guests today. He been on the show before, but we're going to say, hey, what up, Big E? How you doing today?
What's cracking, man? I know y'all sick of me. It's all good. I love you, though.
So it's all love. And the talent in the room today, she goes by Miss Lala, College Mom, Barker Chick on social media handles. All right, doing backflips on Harleys and stuff you ain't never seen before. I'm just playing.
Stay tuned.
Everybody, welcome to the show, Lala. How you doing today?
Thank you. I'm doing good. Appreciate y'all having me.
Thank you for coming. You was popping on everybody's internets. I want to say maybe a couple weeks ago, because you did something special. On your bicycle,
Motorcycle.
On a motorcycle. So you went from one place to another. What did you do? Tell everybody what you do.
I decided to ride my bike from Oakland, California to New York, Brooklyn, New York to be exact, and by myself, completely all alone. Never went that far. Never went outside of like the surrounding areas of California.
No bodyguards.
No.
Let me ask you this: were you like pissed off or something? Like you just needed that energy or some shit to just go across? Because that takes a lot of courage.
Actually, I've always wanted to do it. I love to ride. It was just a matter of having the time to do it. So since I recently graduated in May, it was kind of like a reward present for myself.
Okay, well there you go.
And then also, my sister goes to school on the East Coast, and there's a little bit more backstory to that, but I was helping her move back into her dorms, so it was like, let's make this 3-for-1. Graduation trip, help my sister, and enjoy riding my bike.
Hit all the birds.
That's what's up. So where are you from originally?
I'm from San Francisco.
From San Francisco?
I would say the city, but we down here, and I don't want to confuse nobody.
Oh, okay.
So when did you start riding?
I officially started riding a little over 6 years ago.
Okay.
I believe, honestly, it was probably in me. I have a grandfather that rides. He used to ride coast to coast, actually, up until 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I actually didn't grow up around him, so that's why I joke and say it was genetics. But I started riding 6 years ago.
She ride hard, y'all. She ride hard.
Have you already had your welcome to biker life and just fell a little bit, scrape your knee?
Oh, I've had all of that.
Yeah.
Oh, where?
Broken bones? Anything
No
cool?
broken bones, but I have definitely met the cement. I have definitely seen asphalt. I've definitely tripped over a rock. I have definitely been hit with a bug. I mean, it goes on.
Any
You ran over a mud puddle this morning. You went backwards on the rest stop.
Police here, right? But so I think 5 years ago was my first accident. I got hit coming down to LA.
Say it ain't so.
To live and die in LA. But I was on a sport bike. I was on my CBR 500 going to a international women's ride, and this was me. This is the car. So I didn't see it coming. I just felt the impact and was like, oh shit. Blacked out. By the time I woke up, the ambulance was right there.
So like when you woke up, you're like, shit, like what the fuck happened? What was your first reaction?
They said the first thing that came out of my mouth was, where was my bike? I guess a typical biker, you get up, adrenaline, it's like, where's my bike, where's my bike, where's my bike, where's my bike? And that mother was, I didn't see it.
That's love for a bike.
Did you see the white light?
No, but I did almost see my head get smashed before I blacked out.
Oh, so it wasn't like, boom, pass
No,
out. It was like boom, hit.
I got hit. I'm flying in the air. I'm still awake. Hey, I see this. I'm like, oh shit, this is happening. Boom.
Night.
Now this car never stops. Or the truck never stops. So my bag gets hooked under the thing, and they said I got dragged 10 yards.
Oh shit.
So the two wheels, the rear wheels are right here. Like I'm literally laying in this somehow perfect position to not get my fucking head.
You have a calling in life.
I'm starting to believe that. You know, honestly, between everything that I've done in life and death, you know, type of situations I face, I definitely believe that. You know, I wish I wasn't losing my voice, but whatever.
You in school, or you said you graduated? What's
Yes,
going on?
I have currently 2 degrees. I have my associate in science, and I have my bachelor's in kinesiology, which I just received in May. And now I'm going back to finish some prereqs. I have 2 to complete in order to apply to my PhD program.
Okay. All right.
Trying to be like the big dog over here.
For sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm just a big nerd. It's all good. Nerds hang around nerds.
What type of bike do you ride?
Road glide, no glide. It's just the way it goes. I ride Harley Davidson 2016 Road Glide. Down to details, I have a 103 motor. Yes, I do pullback bars. They are 16 inches. Big Manny got them from me. R&B. And what else have I done? Nothing really after that.
Big Manny is one of the biggest legends in motorcycle history in this country. So y'all do your homework on Big Manny. Rest in peace to the big homie though.
Facts.
So even after your, like, I don't want to say your accident, right?
Oh, that was just one.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. So what makes you keep getting back on the bike?
The best way to put it is, it's a passion, a love, a hobby. When I played basketball, I didn't let a sprained ankle stop me from playing. Like, I played on the sprained ankle, and then when it healed, I kept playing the sport. Whatever sport I played, I never let fear stop me from doing it. If I'm not going to do it, it's not going to be because of fear. It's going to be because I don't have an interest in it. So after that accident happened, I was down actually for a year. I was on a walker. And once I got clearance and I was able to kind of hold a sport bike up, I sat on it and I would ride around the block in areas. But eventually I knew I needed a Harley, but I knew I wanted to test out the cruiser's life because I knew I wanted to travel. And that trip down to LA on a sport bike was cool, but you don't want to be hunched over all damn day.
Mm-hmm. Damn, you're like Letty from Fast and the Furious. You know what I mean? You're like, you know what I mean? She went, died, came back. You know what I mean? Still doing it. Like,
and Ryan, look, and Ryan.
But how was that? How was that trip from Cali to New York? Like, what was your first stop?
So the first day, I was like, I just gotta get through.
Wait, what highway you went?
I definitely took 80. Okay. Like, because I was going alone, and also I think there was a big ass fire in New Mexico. There was a water drought going on down south, and it was just a lot going on. So I was like, I'm gonna take 80 and go to New York. And so I ended up actually dropping off of 80 and taking every other highway. But the first day, it was like, I just want to get down as much miles as possible. And I did absolutely not that. I did the least amount of miles on that day, probably. I only did like 700 miles.
Only? Where did you stop? Where did you stop? What was the first stop?
Like, resting stop or stop?
Motherfucker, stop.
Day one was from my house to Salt Lake City.
So San Francisco to Salt Lake.
Yeah. So, then after that, this is where I ate up all the grounds. Was from Salt Lake City to Indianapolis, Indiana. Through the night, no sleep. All the way through.
Did you have like a bump or like something like a
Bump.
Which? How'd you stay awake? You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, you mean that motherfucker? Oh.
like coffee ain't gonna do that, especially writing.
No, so actually, that's what's so funny. It's like I actually don't like coffee. And the first time I had coffee was when I got to Indianapolis. But no, so it was just energy drinks. But see, because I don't like the sugar, I switched to Bang, which is no sugar. So yeah, whatever. I try to watch that and I don't know, talking, singing to myself, just.
And she got some good beat on her road glide too.
No, I don't. That is so stock.
It's louder than my headphones in my head
Facts.
in my helmet.
Facts.
So I mean, I'm comparing it to that.
So that explains the voice being gone. So that means you're like singing your way.
Yeah,
down
like
here.
I love music, so being able to ride and have, I don't know, like I can have all my emotions in different songs, and so riding and having a playlist is like, it's freedom to me.
And you can actually see her in like I rode
You can
behind
see
her
it as I'm
because
riding.
she got the little hair thing, like she got her braids.
My helmet has dreads.
Oh my god, bro! Like them braids be just swinging all over, and I know she's having a good time. And I'm a little envious because I was like, I want braids, but then that's almost like me saying I want boobies. So that's never gonna happen. Me and boobies.
So what you singing to, like some Keisha Cole, or what you doing like
Why it gotta be all feminine?
I'm just saying because that's the type of shit I can drive for a long time.
YG.
No, like-
he just went straight to Keisha Cole.
So
Everybody loves Keisha. Why y'all hating on Keisha?
you know what's crazy? I don't think
And she
For
nothing.
long roads, like you don't understand. I be doing the spirit fingers and everything. Like long roads, Keisha Cole. That's the one. You know what I mean? Like,
No, I think I do a lot of old school music. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm more of a I like the upbeat, but not this new whatever the hell going on. I'm more of an old school, upbeat, old school type vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of keeps me moving. And then if I'm like tired, I need to pick me up. Then I throw on some rap.
Yeah, I mean,
throw on some
you threw on
Tupac,
some-
Biggie, Snoop. But still, it's more old school. It's not going to be this present day shit. No offense.
No offense. So let's talk about this college path that you on right now. What
Man.
got you interested in kinesiology? Like,
Um,
I mean, you know what? Let's back it up. Some people out there don't even know what that is.
facts.
What is it?
So kinesiology is the movement of the body. Pretty much it's every single science and biomechanics combined. I wish I would have knew that going in. Not just playing. But I pretty much have to take everything between physics, chemistry, biology, kinesiology, biomechanics, exercise physiology, anatomy, applied anatomy, and all those are just prereqs on top of my degree that I have to take in order to apply to the PhD program and do another 3 more years.
damn.
So why were you interested in that?
Man, I ask myself that almost every day.
So was it a random pick?
No. I fell in love with the body when I was a little kid. I remember when I was little, I used to watch like the birth shows all the time. I was just fascinated with the anatomy.
You see her biceps?
Damn.
Damn, girl. Something I'm talking about.
I've always played sports. I liked to fix things when I was little. In preschool, my mom tells me the story all the time. I used to help the damn principal like fix the computers, programming. So I love to fix things and I love the body. So as I got older, I just kind of combined the two, and my love for sports, and combined the three, and was like, well, I know I don't want to be a doctor because I just didn't want to be a doctor. I knew I couldn't be a surgeon, and I was like, physical therapy it is because I like to fix things. And I love to also interact with a lot of individuals that people think are different just because they don't appear to look exactly like them.
What do you mean? Go into that. What are we talking about?
Elaborate.
Individuals with disabilities. Some are physical, some are mental, some are you can see, some you cannot. And actually, I think that's actually, you know what, I'll talk about it. That's something actually no one knows about me. I technically actually have an injury that I was born with, or that happened at birth. But this injury only happens 2 type of ways, commonly. Birth and motorcycle accidents. So I find it ironic as hell that mine's happened at birth and I ride a motorcycle. But I suffered brachial plexus injury from birth. So I think that also ties into why I wanted to go into physical therapy. brachial plexus injury
Because you know
is.
I was just waiting on you to take your breath.
Brachial plexus.
Brachial plexus injury is also known as Erb's palsy. It's damage to your brachial plexus region, which is your shoulders. So in the rear part of your shoulder, posterior part of your shoulder, you have a group of nerves that's called your brachial plexus. Your arm, as we call it arm, is we call it your brachii or your brachialis. So that means it's going to be in your shoulder arm area. When you normally give birth to a child, they, pull the head. Well, I was a big fat baby and they pulled too hard and it tore these nerves. So the way the body works, brain sends the message to the muscle through the nerves. If the nerves are damaged, it can't get the message to the muscle. So it causes weaknesses to the point that I've had in this arm to where I've had to compensate and become left-handed.
Wow.
Damn,
So you're natural. So brachial.
Yes, that is definitely injury lawsuit, and let's just say it wasn't handled properly.
Shit.
So I was shit out of luck. But it's okay, because I'm still here. Because allegedly, it was a matter of life or death. They say, the baby, you can only be in there for so long before you go into stress, in the middle of the canal. So they were like, it's kind of like, we'll pull you and tear your brachial plexus, or you die in the womb, or in the birth canal.
That's something.
So it's like,
Yes.
I was over 10 pounds.
Ugh.
I was a big baby.
Damn.
I wasn't the biggest. Just not trying to put my mama's business out there.
So you played ball, right? You played
Growing up, I played ball, football, volleyball, soccer, cross country, baseball.
So how did your I don't want to say your
My injury?
ability, you know what I'm saying? How did that affect that, or did it have any effect at all?
It did. Ultimately, the body's amazing. That's why I love it. I learned how to adapt. And I would say psychologically first. My brain wired itself to be like, use your left hand. If you can't reach, use your left one. So it never hindered me. It just made me have to learn to do it a different way. And so from, day one, I always had to work hard.
You can still shimmy, right? You're good? Or one's all bad.
It doesn't go higher than this.
No way.
I can't lift it higher than this.
How do you ride?
That's why I have full back bars.
Bruh.
So people in Cali,
No, but why? Isn't that pain right there, especially after a couple hours?
pain, no.
No?
Nerves are damaged, so I don't have any nerve pain. Only type of pain that I probably still feel every so often was in this region, my deltoid area. When I was younger, I used to get micro tears in the muscle. But that's probably because I was way too active as a kid. But
Bruh. But okay, so the reason I'm saying bruh is because literally the way that she rides, you would never know that she has this physical difference.
so with the pullback bars, it allows this one to be like this.
Damn.
Wow, that's something else right there, boy.
And just I don't know. My mom never really babied me for it, if anything, I have an older brother. Sorry.
No, it's good.
I have an older brother, but he passed away, and he always teased me. So, big brother shit. So it was I had to learn to be tough. I had to learn, you know what I mean? So nobody but him was ever able to tease me about my arm, ever. And because one, you wouldn't know about it unless I told you, or you probably saw me trying to reach for something, lift your arm up. But, so I just learned to be tough, thick skinned around it. And like I said, my mom never told me no, I couldn't play sports. She was never oh no, I don't want you to hurt your arm. Oh no, don't no, oh no. It's go. She was very supportive of me being active.
That's dope.
Damn.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's gangster right
So
there.
you-
You earned your stripes there.
Appreciate it.
For sure.
Are
If
you,
Nesto said you gangster,
okay.
then you gangster.
West Side.
do you do your own maintenance on your bike?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. I have changed my own key ignition. I have changed my own windshield. I have changed my own seat.
Okay.
But no, you know what? No, I did do something. When I went to Vegas, my bike broke down. I broke my gear shifter, the one that you hit down on. And I pulled into the gas station, went like this, and that motherfucker said, "Boom," and that was it. And so I had to manually hand shift the next day, 30 miles to Harley, buy the piece, and fix it. But that was like just some screws and put it back on there. That's the only thing. No oil changes, no updates. I don't want to do that type of stuff right now just because that's not my play bike. That's my touring bike. Oh, and speaking of which, I don't have one yet. I'm waiting on Harley to give me one. Look, I'm waiting on Harley to give me one. Right. It's in the progress. But another reason why I feel confident right now in not working on my bike when it comes to mechanical things is because people will tell me, people have issues with Harleys all the time. And it's not because, I don't feel like because of Harley, it's because they put Band-Aids on gigantic open-ass wounds. I take my bike to the shop where it is under warranty, guaranteed to be fixed, and I don't have no issues. I just rode over 6,000 miles, over 6,500 miles, and my bike didn't have a single problem. Like, I know people who can't even leave the Bay and go to Bakersfield without no problems. And I went there and back, so I say that to say not in like it's more like I feel confident in my maintenance team. Shout out Ryan, appreciate you if you're on here. I feel confidence in what they're doing, and it makes me feel comfortable and confidence. And that's what's key in riding that motorcycle. If you have a doubt, I can't do this, that bike will do just that. Whatever the hell you think, I'm about to hit that, it's going to go there and you will hit that. Like, you can't have those type of thoughts. You have to be confident in yourself and in your motorcycle.
Yeah, that's crazy because you just brought up whatever you think, and we just rode through that rain, and I didn't have a doubt in my mind. As a matter of fact, I was still going. She
70 miles, and I couldn't even see. And he was still moving.
I was moving. Because in my head, it was like, once we get through this rain, we're going to be all right. So let's just keep going. Like,
I couldn't see, though. Like,
it was
just
when I
great.
realized that she wasn't behind me, then I pulled over to the nearest rest stop, and I just stayed there until I saw her, like, literally coming to a slow crawl to the rest stop. And then I made her go backwards. She went backwards against traffic to ride across a big old mud puddle to get into the rest stop, which was dope because then, we were able to regroup and that was an experience for sure.
That's always the best part about riding is you think, we knew it was raining yesterday, but it was like, it ain't gonna be no rain. We riding down there. I didn't have no waterproof clothes. I actually took my rain gear out of my motorcycle. I know before y'all get me, I know. I took it out. So everything I had on was drenched. I mean, like, drenched and uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Because
we ain't gonna talk about you standing up next to the bread, but inside joke.
For sure. So they say like, but y'all gotta tell us a joke now.
Oh, okay. So she told me. I'm
going offline.
She told me that if she gets used to it, because I made her stay in them wet clothes most of the day.
Yes, I was trying to go to the hotel to change and walk like
and
as a woman.
She had the nerve to stand over a big old pile of bread.
Oh, like you did this.
Like.
For the record, I don't have. I was saying, if I go back and I find out, I'm like, this moist is not good. It's not good for us down there from the wet in our clothes. When you go swimming, we gotta take our swim clothes off. It's for a reason. You take that shit off immediately.
But you got people on social media bragging about being wet all day. So I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out.
See, that was the other joke. That was the other joke. But we talking about being drenched from a storm. I was trying to think of the right words because obviously being drenched from a storm. It's very unhealthy. It's not good to have your skin wet. And ladies, if you don't know, please keep your area clean and dry. And keep the moist clothes and the tight panties off of that. Thank you.
It's not a good wet.
No. No, see, that has to come internally. That's the only
that's
good
the funky
one.
way. That's the ooh way. That's that walk by air nasty. Don't listen to me. Don't pay me any mind right now.
But yes, so in other words, it was very important for me to take a shower just because I'm a lady.
For sure.
That's all.
So other than riding, what else do you like to do?
Shit, ain't no more time to do anything else between college mom and biker. That's it. No, honestly, I love taking care of my family. Man, I don't even know where to begin with that one.
You got time. Say it now.
You got time today.
Wow. I don't know. I've always been that motherly child where when my mom was out of the home working, I've always was the one cooking, cleaning, taking care of my older brother, younger brother, and eventually younger sister. My other recent viral video, I guess, was me announcing that I am actually a former foster youth. I was taken from my mom and placed into foster care 2 weeks after my 9th birthday. Exactly 2 weeks after my 9th birthday. And the reason why I bring this up with that backstory is because nothing means more than keeping my family together when everything is just been trying to keep us apart. So I was able to gain custody of my sister. I made a promise when I was 11 years old that I would get custody of her if she was still in foster care, and I did that. When my sister was 13, and she was 12, she came to stay with me. When she was 13, I got legal custody, and she's over at her school, which I would announce, but I don't want y'all all up in her stuff. She's over at school, 4.0, phenomenal, full ride. I mean, you just can't ask for nothing more. She got up out of California. She's the first one to leave and be able to go to the East Coast and stay. And couldn't be more proud as a sister and as a guardian. Even my mom jokes, and we all have a family dynamic where it's whoever is the best person for the job, step up for it. Simple as that.
Man, that sound kind of like you, Drew.
What's that?
You stepped up.
I stepped up.
Yeah.
What did I do?
You was the best man for the job.
Well, yeah.
And then Nesto, we got Nesto right here. He stepped up to the job. You
That's
know?
real.
I mean, y'all really work well together. You know what I'm saying? And then the family dynamic. You know what I'm saying? So just hearing that is just really dope to me. Man, it just made me think of my own family.
Hey.
Woosah.
What in all your experiences, you know what I'm saying, whether negative or positive, what do you believe has kept you going? Is it a spiritual other man or
I want to add something to that, because I don't know. I in the past I actually rode as well. You know what I mean? And when you riding, you kind of feel like you want to be the Sons of Anarchy. You know what I mean? Remember I had my little days where you feel like, let me be outlaw. You know what I mean? You can't catch me. So how do you stop yourself? Because anybody going through your situation and the way you're describing and the shit that you've been through, I mean, it's easy to say I want to hate life easy, right?
Yeah.
And obviously being in a motorcycle, you're like YOLO, and there's a lot of temptation to just, go ape shit and just fuck it, right? So with all that negative that you've been through, you have a lot of positive. So where is it that stop that you're just kind of like that little stopper at when you get your shit at Starbucks, you know what I mean? That it just stops, even though that shit is boiling hot. That shit just, obviously keep you from doing stupid shit.
The negative is what keeps me doing positive.
What kind of negative? Well, that's good. That's some good negative then. Or the feelings.
The things I've seen, the negative things I've seen, I didn't want that for me. I didn't want it. I didn't want it for my son. I didn't want it for me. I didn't want it for my family. So I didn't do it.
But you're still behind the bike. You know what I mean? And
the bike doesn't mean outlaw. The bike doesn't mean negative. The bike for me, is positive. If
It's
anything,
freedom, man.
the bike keeps me from bashing somebody's head in, if anything.
Well, yeah, that's the scary part. Like, every time I would be mad, like, me and him would get into it, and I would just be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get on the bike. Just smash.
That's the hardest thing
You
to
know
do.
what I mean?
Never get on the bike mad.
And I that would be my therapy. Like, as soon as I would go and I would feel like my life is just one little pin drop away from like dying.
And you know,
Okay.
and you know
You-
what, Nesto?
you
I
mellow it
totally
all up.
understand that. I totally understand what you're saying, and it's a both end, right? It's what you said and it's what she said, right? Because I know for myself, I ride before I go to work. I'm a principal. I ride to work, and then when I go to work, I do my work, and then I leave work, and then I'm on my bike, and I feel free, and I feel relief. You know, so it's like those things that, and then there's some times where I crank it up, and I'm, you know, I gotta give you, I gotta turn it up a little bit, and I got the music in my headphones, and I'm, you know, and I'm at a speed that I shouldn't be at, and then I come off of it, and then I'm coasting at a nice.
I'm cool.
little and I'm cool. I got
Once
it
I
out.
touch 115, I'm cool.
No, I feel like
See, out here put my business.
I feel like once you feel like you're about to die, you're kind of like, oh shit, all right, I'm cool.
I think I'm too scared. And the reason why, and I say scared, is I'm too scared to die because I have a small child. And unfortunately, I'm all he has. So, and to touch back on what you said earlier, that's why I've truly started to believe that I am here for a reason, because the numerous death situations from accidents or whatever, like, it just makes me realize, like, I have this little boy, like, who's gonna take care of my kid? Like, who? I can't just leave my kid. I can't be reckless out here. So that's definitely changed the way I ride on my bike. Because on my sport bike, I was reckless. And,
But it's not really you. Sometimes there's a lot of people, and I can include myself before I started riding, that I didn't respect the rider, right?
No, that's facts.
Until I actually rode, I learned to respect it.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And I think that's the problem. Like, it's not about your riding; it's about somebody not like checking the blind spot. You know, just it's always people being on their phones and shit like that. Like,
that's true. However, and I'm only going to say this on the other side because I've been that aggressive rider where it's like, use your blinker, you know, use it or lose it. If you don't use that blinker that's on your mirror, well, guess what? However, I've also seen a lot of people lose their lives like that.
Yeah.
Growing up in the Bay, I don't know how many people, I don't know how many people have been shot and killed on highways because of some shit like that. It's like, bah. So was it worth it? Now, you know, I had to think about that. Like, what if I roll up to the wrong car because he cut me off or some shit, and I roll up to the wrong car, pop in my mouth, and get popped?
Yeah.
You know, so like, T-Rail is an artist. He said some shit that just made sense. Like, he put in a song and was just like, it's not that I'm scared to respond. Everything just don't need a response. Because nowadays, you got to understand, with the mental health crisis, with the drug epidemic thing, a lot of individuals and communities are not able to develop empathy, sympathy, nothing. So me trying to reason with someone who literally just doesn't comprehend and have nothing to lose and don't care, it's not worth it. You can have that. Go ahead.
And the other piece is and that's what you brought up around people not being comfortable with riders. Like, this is an opportunity for us to, like, everybody is connected to somebody who rides a motorcycle, right? And, you know, like, look twice, look 3 times.
For sure.
You know, and then as riders, you know, I think it's really important for us to make sure that we're checking twice, checking 3 times, making sure that, you know, we're going at a comfortable speed, that we're not scaring people with our revs. You know what I'm saying? Because I've revved and a person come into my lane,
Well, that's the dumbest stuff in the world. Why would you go? If I blow my horn, you gonna go towards the sound? Like that doesn't make any sense. Because that's
some
the
people
same
It be
thing.
happening.
It be happening.
No, but that.
I may be like I've caught myself.
Like if I blow my horn, you gonna go towards
Well,
it?
not even it's when you when you.
Some people are
That
like, where did
means
it
you
come
got
from?
caught slipping. Not you per se, but like for me, I would assume if I hear a rev on this side, the only way I'm going to do this is because I low key zoned out. You know, you can be there. You know, you're driving, you're there, but you're not really there. So when you get startled, it's like you go that direction.
But what I'm speaking to is that like wherever your head goes, that's where
That bike is going.
That's where the bike is going. And in the self same manner, wherever your head goes, that's where the car goes. And so a lot of times when people are looking for the sound, they'll bring it over, and then but if they already saw you in a rearview mirror, or they kind of move over and give you the lane, which is awesome. Thank you, people who do that. But I just wanted to acknowledge that I hear both sides of this coin, and I really appreciate y'all bringing it up. And
I'm gonna always rev my engine, so I'm mindful. I don't have no D&D pipes, so it's not like mines are really loud.
Mm-hmm.
I did remove my bafflers, bufflers, whatever, from my slip-ons that I have, so they are a little bit louder. But I'm a firm believer in loud pipes save lives.
Yes.
Because, loud pipes save lives.
Well, it's just people that they don't really. I think
They don't care.
there's a big misconception about riders. So like a rider
Motorcycles.
is motorcycles. A rider is you're
Outlaw.
crazy, you're
Yeah,
this, you're that, right? And there's when I ride, I like to cruise. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to cause any trouble. I'm not trying to do a wheelie. And I think that's the problem, that people see that and then they're like, oh, he's crazy, he deserves it, or just people are not being mindful.
When people say that is, to me, that brings back a lot of emotions for me. I don't like that. To have that much disregard to someone's life. I don't give a damn if they were doing a wheelie with no hands. For you to be like, well, that's what you get when they lost their life. At the end of the day, this individual was out enjoying themselves. While whether or not they were doing it appropriately does not mean it's okay to be like, well, that's what you get. And that's the thing I don't like
we experienced
about
that too
social
today
media.
on the freeway. Like the lady was literally like, she saw that we were
approaching, and she knew she couldn't fit. And the truck was like right here on the on the right lane. So she was trying to speed up and jump into the lane, but she knew she could not fit.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, you know what? I'm gonna speed up to where now I have to hit my brakes and slow down. If I'm going at a high speed and I tap my brakes the wrong way, I can lose traction.
Mm-hmm.
That's my life. So
You got no bumper. You know what I mean?
even
No
with
knee
gear,
pad.
like
Yeah, you're right, no bumper.
No bumper.
Like, that's it.
No jumper, no
so I'm
bumper.
like, and if I hit the back end of you, I'm going over your vehicle. Like, and you might run me over. But it was just like, it was the blatant out. If her response would have been like, my bad, I didn't see you. Not a response. If that was the case, I know people make mistakes. But I watched her from my rear view. I'm like, watch her try to do some dumb shit and cut off. And I'm like, then she got two. I'm like, nah, she's not gonna do that. Like, I'm right here. She's not gonna do that. I'm right here. Oh. So
And then
it's
what
like,
did I do?
oh man, I'm allegedly petty. Because I wasn't gonna let her back over now. So we gonna play these games. So I thought he was on the same level as me. Real shit. I thought we was here. So when we get around, I'm in front of her. He takes the right lane. I'm like, yeah, haha, bitch, you ain't going nowhere. He puts his blinker on, takes the exit. We're in the middle of nowhere, so I know this is not my fucking exit. There's no gas station. I'm like, why are we taking this fucking exit? Get to the stop.
What did I say?
You good? Yeah, I'm good. I was just proving a point. Well, we're just gonna let them go ahead, so then we don't have to worry about it. I was like, you know what, you're right. I'm not mad or disturbed or nothing, but it's the blatant disrespect for my life. Well, you were in that much of a rush. Guess what? I'm gonna make you slow down today. You can go 60 miles behind me in him.
Yeah, I just didn't want to take the chance of getting ran over. I just wanted to make it here.
Oh, my camera was on. Oh, my camera was, look, my video camera was rolling at that point, so by all means.
I don't care about the camera. I just wanted to make it here.
Have fun. I was going to do anything. It was just slowing you down. That's the only way that I feel that I could. Yes, there are some people who would be assholes and just completely hit you over. Show awareness to be like, slow your ass down. Like literally, I'm going to get in front of you, and you're going to see my hand. Like, slow down. Where are you in that much of a rush to that you might cause someone to lose their life, and then you have a blatant disregard for it. But then the moment I do anything response, I'm going to be the riled up one.
You're the outlaw.
Or the petty one.
Yes, very petty, very petty.
But it's like, like, I get the whole thing, not everything deserves a response to, but it's like, so like, you pick your battles.
Now, what would you say to all these, and I don't want to make it gender specific, but like anybody that's dealing with some sort of disadvantage or disability or anything that want to ride and they're scared of all that, like what words of encouragement would you give them, like to just be like YOLO?
Don't let fear stop you from living. Like, that is literally, like, you cannot let fear keep you in the house. Like, oh, I'm afraid of this, I won't do that, I'm afraid of that. What if they don't like me? Like, what if I was scared to meet this big ass dude? Like, I would probably don't know if I would even be here right now. I wouldn't have been able to meet you. Like, so it's like, unfortunately, life, you just gotta understand life comes with, or life, riding motorcycles, whatever you're doing, everything comes with risk, benefits. And you have to decide on whether or not if the pros outweigh the cons for yourself. But never let fear stop you from living your life. Just, that sounds like you'll be trapped in your own body, mind. Sounds like imprisonment.
Have you always had that mindset?
I think so. And the only reason why I say that is because growing up with, like, my brothers and my mom, like, my brother, like, I'm the little sister, so my mom would be like, oh, take your little sister. And it was like, So I never had the chance to really be like, what am I going with this? I never had the chance to where I never wanted to be the reason why this didn't work, like the frustration or whatever. So it was like, you know what? I'm not going to fail at this. If my brother feel like I'm walking too fucking slow, well, guess what? I'm going to walk faster. I'm not going to fail. Like, failure is my fear.
But you can't fail though.
Exactly.
As long as
you're trying.
As long as you don't quit, you can't fail.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's like the whole gist of it. As long as you keep going, you're not failing. But failing is my biggest fear. So I can't stop.
Wow, that's a different perspective. Because I actually embrace failure. I embrace, like, not winning or falling, because I think it's something that you can learn from.
But if you get back up, is it failure?
Nah, I don't think so.
But at the same time, we live every day to have an experience, right? So I think these are the experiences that, like, kind of help you navigate through life. You know what I mean? Like, through choppy waters and shit.
He was just saying, he was like, it's not weight you carry, it's fuel.
Yeah.
And my response was, through the thick of it sure the hell didn't feel like it. It felt like weight. It felt like heavy weight, and there was no one around to help take none of this shit off. But I don't know, that never stopped me. I never wanted to fail. Like, I knew this stuff hurt, it was pain, it was heavy, it was hard, I was by myself, blah, 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 blah. But I couldn't fail.
Well, the world's gonna go with or without you. You know what I mean? So you it's all about your approach. You know what I mean?
You better pick it up or something.
Yeah.
That's just.
Like, what are you gonna do? Just complain all, and then nobody's gonna be
What you
there.
gonna do about it?
Everybody's just gonna get annoyed. You know what I mean? They're like, "Oh my God, get over it!" Like
Exactly.
shit. You know. So sometimes you just have to just roll with it, you know, and hope for the best. Because what's the other choice?
Exactly. No, seriously. Yeah, come to find out, I actually thought a lot of people knew I was in foster care, but come to find out they actually didn't. But I can think back on why, as a child, or as a teenager and all that stuff, when you're ripped away from your family, you become a little secluded. You don't want to talk to nobody, you don't trust nobody. Like, why are you here? Who are you? It amplifies those tactics that you learn to survive in the hood when you are ripped away from the only home that you know.
Wow.
So I've had to learn to really like trust individuals again, just in general. Like, what I tell you all the time, like, you're so dope because like he's just a dope ass individual, like real, genuine. Like, I'm like, what, like, given my background, my lifestyle, like, you don't really just meet especially on the opposite gender. You know, we can address that. Like, it's especially on the motorcycle scene in a set. Opposite genders, apparently it's very hard to be platonic. Mm-hmm. And this dude didn't know me from a can of paint. Nothing. We link up, it's immediate vibes, and he's been 100% supportive of everything that I fucking do. Like,
but see, is okay, so this is how I am. Alright, so
with everybody though, that's real shit. That's
so
just everybody.
When I see somebody is doing something positive, that I'm gonna pick it up. When y'all did y'all podcast, this podcast used to be called How Was Your Day Podcast. So if you haven't looked at that, take a look at that too and see how big this has turned into. Like, they've really graduated, right? And then like it's just, you can't be around me and not have my support, because I feel like I have the support of the people that's around me. But when it comes to women and motorcycles, I just find it so intriguing that, number one, they ride. Number two, they do some amazing things to their bikes to have them perform on their bikes in ways that I've not even seen men perform, right? And so I'm impressed by it, right? So there are people, you guys might want to check them out. Queen Sit.
Hey, shout out sis.
You got Emma B. You got Sega Invasion. You got Vikla Chikla over at Layla Harley. You got Killer. It's like Killer. Like, you gotta say it like Killer.
You gotta say it that way.
You got Peachy. Oh my God, Peachy. So you look at Peachy and you're like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. But then, like, when you see how she rides, then the only thing for me that I'm paying attention to is that she's riding harder than I've seen most men. And yes, she's beautiful while she's doing it, but she's dope. And so for me, I want to push that. I want to push the narrative that, you know, people can be more than what you think that they are. Because I know when people look at my big ass, right?
You give a lot of you give respect. Like, you give respect.
But
you how many motherfuckers on the set do you know, let's just say, was some feelings, that will literally smile on my motherfucking goddamn face, but not respect me?
No.
You get love because you respect people and people respect you. Like, it's like,
I don't know. I just think that I come from a place, and you guys can attest to this. I think we come from places where, like, you just invest in what you believe in, and that's, you know, think about Tiffany. Like, she got her Bike Life magazine, Bike Life, Bike, BIKE. LYFE, right?
See?
So, like, it's dope because she's interviewing. She's doing the same thing you guys do.
I'm on issue number 5
with everyone. Like, anybody that she meets, no matter if they're in a club, they're not in a club, she's just interviewing them and putting them in her magazine, and
nice.
Like, she funds it herself. So I guess for me, it is, you know, when we talk about motorcycles, when we talk about life in general, like, what is the main thing that we can learn from the thing that we're doing? or what skills or ideologies are we incorporating to make this world a better place? And I'm just going back to what you talked to, right? Like, you know, we only got this one life, right? And like, we gonna live it, like, or we gonna let it pass us? We gonna let the life pass us by? And we can't do that.
You don't want to be left behind.
Sir, can you
No.
sir, can you just take your flowers today, please? Thank you.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Some people don't know how to take a compliment. You know, they be like, oh, no, I'm sorry. Just say thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was telling him earlier that like I really truly believe that, you know, we got to live with this gratitude and be humble. And I was telling him, I mean, it sounds fucked up, but it's like, find somebody that you can admire with proven results, mimic what they're doing, and then find somebody that's fucked up more than you and help them. You
That's
know what I
all.
mean?
That's what it's all about.
Like
It didn't
you,
sound
you
like that when you said it.
Huh?
Yeah, you didn't
I
say
mean,
it.
what was that? I clarified.
No, I'm talking about this time you said it like right. Last time you was like, fine dude, who more messed up than you and like,
Well, that's what I said.
create a balance.
You want to use
Well,
that?
you didn't say nothing about helping.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, I think that creates that humility. Like you're being humble. You know what I mean? You're cause dude, it's like you're gonna die and they're gonna cry about you for like maybe 2 years, and by the third year they might forget about you. You know what I mean? So it's like,
how long do they move
like
it?
I'm not trying to be forgotten. That's all I'm saying. Like I'm trying to like.
You want to leave a
and-
legacy.
Well, and the thing is that the legacy is basically a garden you'll never see. You know what I mean? So it's almost like shit. Like you have to create this Picasso of you and hope it sticks, and people, you know, find value to that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I can dig that.
Facts.
Yeah, I can dig that.
Because I'm definitely trying to instill all that in my little legs. He's like the male version of me. He looks exactly like me, just a different chromosome.
That's tight. Would you, I mean, it's probably like going to be a generational thing now, but you think you're going to encourage him to ride?
So my son he's a nerd. He's a nerd. Nerds give birth to nerds, I guess. I don't know. But he likes riding. I think he likes riding with me. I think he likes the bonding time. But to him, he's hella nonchalant right now. He's 9. He's going through that like beginning preteen stage where it's like he'll be like, I don't know why people be acting like it's a big deal when they see us on the bike. Like it's a motorcycle. But he's grew up around them, so it's like I don't see what the big deal is. He's like, it's a motorcycle. You know. But then there's times where like out of nowhere he just told me, Mom, can you take me to Reno on the bike? Huh? He said, no, I'm big enough now. Can we go to Reno on the bike? No. That's a long ride, buddy. But when he shows interest, we ride. So I don't know what he wanted to do as far as if he's going to ride. And I'm definitely not going to force him because before motorcycles, I balled. Ball was life. I mean, capital I-L-I-F-E. Apparently I can't spell. And my son does not like basketball at all. Like, the me before motorcycles would have been probably crushed. Like, I would have never thought that I would have a kid. As much as I played ball, my brothers, we all superstars in the sport, athletic family. And my kid wants nothing to do with the sport section, really. He'll play hockey or ice skate, but the sports I played, he wants. So I'm like, alrighty.
Be like the Black Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, like, but he's into computers, coding, engineering, physics. Like, that's more of his area. And creating toys, which is so crazy. That was a dream of his when he was like 2-3 years old. He's like, I want to make toys for a penny so everybody can buy toys. Mm-hmm. And so he has this 3D pen and he literally makes toys that he plays with and his friends.
That's dope.
Wow.
That's dope.
Oh, he's an amazing chef.
Is he?
I want him to hear this.
Is he
He's an
9?
amazing chef.
How old is he?
He's 9, and some of his food tastes better than mine's. I am going to admit that. But that's my son. That means I did an amazing job. So,
Outstanding.
I'm okay with my child being better than me in anything.
Everything good? Like is the baby daddy involved or he's out the picture?
No, he comes around when he won't.
Oh, okay. So he ain't getting shit from him. It's basically all the good traits from you then.
I'm going to say he learns a lot from me. He learns a lot from me. But I also, the way genetics work, I see a lot of his dad in him. But my son is a carbon copy of me. And I don't know if it's genetics or because he's always around me too. He likes the same things. He's excels in math the same way I did. The little boy should be in 4th grade. He's in 5th. He's a real respectful kid to the point I put him in a summer program in a more not so suburban area. My kid went to private school, so I put him in a more urban area summer program, and my son came home and was like, the kids are toxic and so are the adults. But he doesn't do that. That's me rocking. But it's like the kids are toxic. The adults are too. I don't want to go back. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay. I had to respect the fact that he was able to vocalize Mom, that's not how you raised me, and I don't want no parts in that. Okay. I have to trust in my instillings and upbringings and know that my son will be a better version of me. Just in general. I'm doing everything that I'm doing now so he doesn't have to. If my son has to work, he has to work as hard through the situations that I've gone through, I have failed as a mother.
Well, yeah, they're not even tax write-offs anymore. So, you know what I mean? They better fucking do something with their life. You know what I mean? Shit. You know what I mean? That shit's coming out of pocket. That shit, there's no...
The thing that kills me is the online shit. That's where you gotta go get a job. The Roblox and the Mindbucks and the Minecraft. I don't go to work to put the money on the game in the
Let
system.
him be a nerd. He's gonna get you out of working. You know what I mean? That's the way to go. Wherever he's going. Yeah,
yeah, that coding is not for me.
Take away the bike. You know what I mean? No.
That'd be dope. If he got into bikes, if he really wants to tear a bike apart, I think that'd be a dope experience for him. Get some old bike, probably something I can do, tear the bike apart and have him put it back together. I used to do that with computers when I was younger, so I wouldn't be surprised if he can do it, honestly.
Damn. I wish there was like an insurance policy, like a life insurance policy for writers. You know, you're kind of fucked if you're trying to basically say that you ride and all these things. I was just thinking right now. I was like, fuck, it would be cool. They wouldn't be so judgmental about that because your premium will go a lot higher, especially on the life insurance, especially for people that have families and shit like that. It'll be cool.
I have a decent rate, and I didn't get my life insurance policy until after my first accident. As soon as I came home, immediately.
Really? Oh, so he's sad.
Immediately. Oh yeah, no. I think I made a post about it. And according to my son, he doesn't have enough money. Did you see that video?
Rack up that coverage,
Because the prices in homes are so damn expensive. He was like, I can't even buy a house with that. And I was like,
you're like, I'm not going to Texas.
I was like, wait, are we not even going to address the fact that I died first? You're just going to say, well, I can't even buy a house with that. I was like, damn. Smart man, but damn.
Walking middle fingers, I'm telling you. They're not even tax write-offs, so they don't care about shit. You know what I mean? They don't care.
They don't. They don't.
They're over here thinking past all that shit. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yo.
Kids.
It is. It's crazy.
Hey, but you know what? We're coming to the end of our show. At every opportunity we get a chance, we always open up the microphones to our guests. and the other half of the show to leave any parting words of wisdom, nuggets, information, anything you want to share with the viewers and the listeners. And today, we're going to start with Miss Lala.
Lately, I've been ending on be great because you never know who you may inspire.
Big E.
You know what? I always be trying to say something hella deep, but you know, Granddad used to say this before I walk out his house every time, and he said, "Don't take no wooden nickels now." And so I'm gonna just leave y'all with that. Don't take no wooden nickels now.
For sure, GQ Nesto.
Shit, I just gotta say, man, stop being a victim. If you think you are, stop. You know what I mean? Like, just roll with it. You know, like we all have like only a specific time in this earth, so make the best of it. You know, pouting and moping around ain't gonna do shit. Like, the world's gonna go with or without you.
Amen.
All right. And once again, we thank you for tuning in. I would say be grateful for what you have, because somebody else probably got less. But I'm your boy Drew. We are Option Forward. We see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.